Wasn't history just an irrelevant school subject? Why not put it to the side with all the other relevant things in the world? Well, history is being made every single day, right from questionable political decisions to scientific and technical breakthroughs. Sorry. Let's take a look at some of the big names in history. Adolf Hitler, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Pele, Elvis Presley. The list goes on, with people from various different backgrounds and various different fields. And what about modern historical figures? This can include social activists, artists, politicians, people from all over the world, from various different fields. But in the end, it all comes down to what history is to you. We're all from different parts of the world, and we all have different interests. For example, music. I have a slightly specific taste in music. I enjoy rap music, but many don't, mainly because they think it's a bad thing, mainly due to the explicit lyricism and violent connotations to it in the past. But what many overlook are the social and political connections rap has made to the world in the past. I'm sure you've all heard of Tupac Shakur. If not, here's a little introduction for you. He was a rapper, actor, and poet, mainly active in the 90s during the gangster rap era, during which he also died. And what Tupac did was, he made this song called Keep Your Head Up, which was, and still is, a feminist anthem for women all over the world. But wait, didn't rappers just talk about drugs and money, and the only time they ever spoke about women was when they looked at them as sex objects? Well, maybe these lyrics will change your mind. You know what makes me unhappy? When brothers make a baby and leave a young mother to be a pappy. And since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? What Tupac did was he went against the norm. He did what rappers at his time didn't really look at doing, and he wrote his name down in history with this. But when it comes to rap, it doesn't just stop at Tupac either. When the NWA started a complete riot against the police in the late 80s in LA, they wrote their name down in history. When Eminem broke onto the rap scene with his whole controversial style of rap, he wrote his name down in history. When Kendrick Lamar was nominated for 11 Grammys on one night, just one short of the record set by Michael Jackson of 12 for Thriller, he wrote his name down in history. And yes, these men have done great things, that's for sure. But what about all the passive creators of history? When Adolf Hitler began his reign with Nazi Germany, he wrote his name down in history. But what about all the people that supported him and worked for him? What about all the people that said, no, I know what this guy's doing is wrong, I'm not going to support it? What about the millions he so mercilessly killed? Are they not a part of history? When Malcolm X started his civil rights movement in the 60s, he wrote his name down in history. But what about all the people that supported him and worked with him? What about the people who said, I don't like what this guy's doing and I don't like how he's thinking? Are they not a part of history? When Barack Obama was elected as the first African-American president of the United States of America, he wrote his name down in history. But what about the thousands who supported him and worked with him and fought with him? What about the people that said, no, I don't like what this guy's doing either? What about the one man who went up to check that his mic was working before all his rallies? And what about the person sitting halfway across the world voicing their support for him on social media? Are they not a part of history? Well, what tends to differentiate us, ordinary and average individuals, from these so-called significant individuals is one simple thing: opportunity. Someone else in Hitler's position could have persecuted a different race in society. Someone else in Malcolm X's position could have gone down a different route with their movement. And someone else in Obama's position could have started World War III if they wanted to. It all comes down to opportunity. And to be honest, we're all a part of history just by living in this ever-evolving world. So write my name down, along with all the other forgotten ones too, because even great men like Gandhi and Mandela wouldn't have made it anywhere without the support of the ordinary individuals in society. Thank you.